Oh, you smell that, Timothy? Mustard gas. That's right, everyone. Welcome back to Nostalgia November, where today we are checking out the Great War Redux mod. That's right. The year is 1910, and look how peaceful everything looks. I can definitely see no catastrophic worldwide event that could potentially ruin this peace. Now, this is the Redux mod version of the original World War I mod that has carried on development, as you can see from a few changes around the map, like Hopio, and this line through Manchuria, known as the Chinese Eastern Railway, which I'm not entirely sure really needed to be put on the map. Historically, things didn't go too well for the Russians during this time period, but I have a feeling I can do things better. Potentially. Okay, so we have a very large army. We have a fleet, surprisingly. I thought the Japanese got the majority of this. But most importantly, we've got Tsar Nicholas and a stable realm. Okay, boys, we may be looking to reform a little bit here. Oh, and yeah, we're also apparently not really building a lot other than a lot of boats, I see. Now, also are some old history paths that we can go down. I'm going to stick to the historical ones so that we can actually go about having a WW war. Oh, and I guess it's nice to see that the Chinese Eastern Railway is hanging out in Moscow. You look a little out of breath there. Was it a long journey? So the main thing we're going to be working on is revolutionizing the Russian army, but not in the way you may think. Because whilst we do have quite a large army indeed, it overall, I get the feeling, isn't going to stand much of a chance against Germans. It might do alright against the Austrians, though. Oh my god, yeah, look at the size of this unit, and its combat width 35. I don't think that sounds right to me. Oh, things are getting a little bit interesting in the world, as the Italians have landed an invasion of Libya. Oh, and China has decided to explode. Yep, there goes the sploding. I sure hope my railway is okay. You know, I think there's a reason you are so cheap to put in control there, Rasputin. So one thing I'm definitely going to do is limit the Tsar's powers quite a bit. Sorry to all Tsar Nicholas fans out there, but this whole authoritarianism thing isn't going to go too well for us in the long term. Oh, well, we got a new China now. It's just called China. And next to it, we've got Bog. And there you go. Tsar Nicholas has quietly been pushed into the corner where he shall sit quietly and not make a peep. Breaking news. The Balkans is once again on fire. Further developments. The sky is blue and the grass is green. Well, once again, we have a new China. The Tsar tank. How bizarre. Yeah, only someone who had partaken in several bottles of vodka could come up with this bad boy. Okay, so we have got 1 year now until things start kicking off, and I have started spewing out the military factories, which I've already been doing for a while, if you can't tell. And I also just unlocked trucks, so we need to get a whole bunch of them going so that we can adequately... What a fun bug, by the way, Paradox. But yeah, we want to get out as many trucks as we can, just so that we can motorize our supply, which is definitely going to be needed because we have a lot of troops on this front line. But what about Second Balkan War? Yeah, I don't think Bulgaria's got this one covered. That didn't go too well for them. Yeah, I don't think there can really be any peace down here, can there? So I won't lie, I have not planned for any offensive capabilities at all when this all kicks off. We are going completely on the defensive, at least for the start, I hope. Eventually we may be able to do a push, but first we really just need to grind the enemy down when they try to get us. Uh-oh. A Serbian man may have shot a Austrian man, and now we have to click a button. Oh, there goes World War I. Okay, so the Great War has kicked off, and as you can see, we are being attacked across the line, but I think that they're going to run out of steam before I run out of defense. Yeah, these Reds are all starting to stabilize pretty quickly now. We are losing that tile, but I don't think it matters. There's no way they can keep this assault up. Hey, I mean, these casualties alone are all looking pretty tasty. Also, the Chinese Eastern Railway, you're coming in. Worst part is they do actually have units. So this is the part that I was a little worried about, was the Ottomans joining, but they don't have a lot down here, so please don't attack me. Oh, they did raid my fleet down here, though. That's not good. You know, I'm saying already that these Germans are looking very tired on the front lines. Serbia is doing a valiant defense as well against the ineptitude of the Austrians, which, I don't say too much, does it? And Belgium's dead. But other than that, it's looking pretty good over here in the west, too. Well, you know what I said about the Serbians? Take that back. I forgot the Italians coming on our side, don't they? I feel like this may be our downfall, looking at those numbers right there. Honestly, I think I could probably do a bit of an offensive here, and I think I should, considering the looks of what's happening with my alliance right now. I outnumber the Germans a lot in East Prussia over here, so I'm going to attempt to go ahead and push them out over here. Yeah, this is not pretty. It's going okay, but it is not pretty. There you go. The siege of Königsberg is about to be over. There we go, our first offensive, and it looks like it did alleviate quite a bit of pressure over here for my allies. All right, question is, how many casualties did that actually cost me there? Oh, yeah, that went up a bit. Okay, next up on my agenda after taking East Prussia is to get the Russians in the skies. I already have a few planes out, but these are just fighters. We need to get some CAS going as well, and then I think we could probably do a bit more pushing, probably against the Austrians. That's right, Germany. If you thought land Russians were scary, wait till you find out about the ones that are flying. Okay, we are kind of experimenting with tanks right now, but our options for what we can actually make here are very limited, if you can't tell from the 4 machine guns I have on this thing. Oh my god, yeah, just look at that model. What? Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to put these things to too much use, but I guess I'll try it out. Uh-oh. I think we've come down with a case of the sniffles. Oh yeah, I forgot Romania joins my side. Please do not die. Oh yep, they are going to die. Don't worry though, I got a few troops I saved just for such a situation. They lasted a good old 2 minutes. Oh wow, okay, so we're already in 1917. This month just absolutely flies by, and we got quite a few Chinas now. Okay, so I'm lining up for our great offensive into Austria here. We got the air going. We've got our new experimental tank division. Just look at that thing. And of course, as soon as I'm about to launch, we got ourselves the sniffles again. Okay, boys, let's see what we can do with our brand new toys. Oh yeah, we could certainly do something. I think it's safe to say those tanks definitely work, and I'm going to be putting in a order for more of them. They may have laughed at my oil can with another oil can strapped to the top, but they ain't laughing now. Okay, yeah, once again, I go to do an offensive, and something terrible happens to our immune systems. Hey, yeah, America's joined the war. They've also brought all of their South American friends with them, apparently. Sadly, we get some pretty bad attrition from this now, so what I'm doing, instead of pushing down here where the attrition's kind of high, if you can't actually tell from their front lines here, oh boy. And instead we're going to focus on the Germans again. In fact, I wonder if I can capture that railway gun. Well, I just overran it. I didn't even capture it. God damn it. Never get lucky. We have made one heck of an opening here, though. We might have to do quite a bit of damage. Imagine just, you know, having this static warfare for literal years, and out of nowhere you just see tin cans moving over the horizon. Oh, and that is that front dealt with. Okay, looking at my allies right now, I think this may actually end up being a bit of a Russian carry. Great. Not only do I have the influenza, I also just have the epidemic at the same time. You know, why wouldn't we? Oh boy, I didn't even see that happening. It looks like they went on the offensive too. Oh, that's really sad. I thought we were gonna actually get to Berlin before the armistice happens, but it looks like I think we're about to be pieced out. And we were so close. I wanted to burn it to the ground. Alright, so it's actually going to be kind of interesting to see what we do get from the peace conference, considering usually Russia didn't make it that far. Oh, and everything that kind of spewed out Austria-Hungary there is it's already going to war with itself. Okay, here we go. Paris Peace Conference. What exactly will the mighty Russian Empire get? Oh, well, yeah, it's just pretty historical, I guess. We got Constantinople and also a little bit of land over here. Oh, and the League of Nations. I get the feeling this thing's definitely gonna be able to do its job at last. Oh, and yeah, okay. So we just lost all of our civilians as well. That's great, I guess. I just did a focus to start a border war with Persia, and I just realized who just got randomly selected as my general there. Oh. Hold on a second. Is this gonna involve me? I get the feeling this may end up involving me. Russian intervention. So I guess I join the fight against the Turkish national movement. I don't know why I get 2 events for this, and why if I say a final showdown of our greatest enemy, I just take loads of political power loss. Oh yeah, the Turks they're moving west, which I don't think they should, because that is conveniently where I left all the tanks. In for one hell of a tin can surprise, my friend. Oh yeah, that most certainly did not go too well for them. Well, unless anything else happens now, I'm pretty sure we are done. Also, why is France just so large over here? Oh. Well, 2 things just happened. I'm gonna say no. Wait a second, did you just get smaller? Yeah, that is not a good look for you. At all. Every time I think I'm done here, something else just happens. We just got the raw uprising over here against the German Republic. The Freikorps didn't get very far there, did they? They've already flipped back. Well, I think that is all she wrote for the Great War Redux mod. Sadly, I don't think there's any real post-war content for the Russian Empire. I'm assuming there is if you actually get the Soviet Revolution and stuff like that. But for just the Russians, it looks like we are done here. There are nations like Italy. They get a brand new focus tree completely, I think, which that's good for them, I guess. And then the Germans as well get a little bit of post-war content all the way down here. Like, they could do the beer hall push right now. You know what? We'll see if they do that and if it actually succeeds. Oh, they're not even doing it. Hold on, I know a trick for this one. Okay, there you go. A little console switch later. Let's see what actually happens here. Oh, and yeah, it failed. It would have been funny if it didn't. If it didn't, though. Okay, well, I think that is definitely all she wrote for today. It was very fun. It was a bit anticlimactic with the war, though. The scripted piece was a bit annoying. I wanted to get at least to Berlin before they did that, but I know it's based in reality, so that is still a bit sad, though. But it was definitely still very fun, especially deploying our tin cans, which absolutely decimated, I may add. But last, it was still very fun, and I hope you all enjoyed the video. And if you want to keep watching some Nostalgia November, where we're checking out all the old mods that we did on the channel, feel free to hit the subscribe button down below. But until next time, Timmy's bogged off.